In the small coastal town of Bright Cove, where the sea whispered secrets to those who listened, Elias Kane lived a life tethered to obligation. At 34, he was the dependable one, running a small fishing business, supporting his family, and always answering their calls for help. His partner, Nora, and their 5-year-old son, Theo, were his world, but the weight of his family's demands often overshadowed their quiet moments together. It was a chilly December evening when Elias's carefully balanced world began to crack. He'd asked his mother, Clara, to watch Theo for a few hours so he and Nora could attend a rare work event. Clara, who often claimed her health was fragile, declined with a sigh, citing a recent flare-up of her chronic fatigue. "I'm just not up to it, Elias," she'd said over the phone, her voice weak. Dutifully, Elias rearranged plans, hiring a sitter and dipping into savings to cover the cost. On Christmas Eve, Elias stopped by his parents' weathered beachside cottage to drop off a holiday bonus, a check to help with their heating bill. As he approached the door, laughter spilled out, bright and unfamiliar. Inside, he found Clara animatedly playing board games with his sister Selena's 2 children, her face glowing with energy. His father, Roland, sat in his armchair, sipping coffee and chuckling at the kids' antics. Selena, sprawled on the couch, looked up and froze when she saw Elias in the doorway. The room went still. Clara's smile faltered for a moment before she recovered, her voice overly bright. "Elias, what a lovely surprise." She adjusted her scarf. A nervous habit. The check in Elias's hand felt like a stone. He scanned the scene. His mother, supposedly too ill to watch Theo for a single evening, was brimming with vitality for Selena's kids. "You said you were too sick to watch Theo," Elias said, his voice steady but sharp. Clara's eyes darted to Selena, who jumped in with a practiced excuse. "Mom's been struggling, Elias. She can't handle too much." The words stung, especially as Clara sat there, bouncing Selena's daughter on her knee. Elias's pulse quickened. "She's handling it fine right now." His tone was low, but the accusation hung heavy. Clara sighed, as if Elias were the one being unreasonable. "It's different, sweetheart. Selena's on her own, with the kids. She needs me." The truth hit like a wave crashing over rocks. For years, Elias had been the family's anchor, paying their bills, fixing their problems, believing their excuses. He'd thought Clara's health issues were real, that Selena's struggles as a single mother justified the constant support. But now, seeing his mother's vigor and Selena's smug expression, it was clear. They'd been playing him. Clara's illness was a convenient lie to keep his checks coming, and Selena was complicit, basking in their mother's favoritism. Something broke inside Elias. "I get it now," he said, his voice cold. "I'm not family. I'm just the guy who pays for everything." Clara gasped, her hand to her chest, but Elias cut her off. "I've been pouring money into this house, thinking you needed it, thinking you cared, but you've been lying to me, both of you," Selena scoffed, calling him overdramatic. "You're so high-strung, Elias. Mom has to walk on eggshells around you." He turned to her, his gaze unflinching. "And you're a leech, Selena. You've never lifted a finger because Mom's always there to baby you." Roland shifted uncomfortably, but said nothing. As always, without another word, Elias walked out, ignoring Clara's pleas and Selena's sharp retort. His hands shook as he drove home, the coastal road blurring through his anger. When he reached his small apartment, Nora was waiting, Theo asleep in his room. One look at Elias's face, and she knew. "What happened?" she asked softly. He told her everything. The scene at the cottage, the lies, the realization that he'd been used. Nora listened, her expression calm but unsurprised. "What now?" she asked. Elias exhaled. "I'm done. No more." That night he cancelled every payment, the cottage's utilities, the car loan, the grocery deliveries. He sent a single text to Clara and Selena. "You're on your own. Figure it out." Then he blocked their numbers. The fallout was immediate. Missed calls flooded his phone before the block took effect. Emails followed, laced with guilt and accusations. Clara took to social media, posting a tearful rant about her heartless son who'd abandoned his struggling family. Elias didn't respond. Instead, he posted his own truth. For years, he'd paid their bills while Clara lied about her health to avoid watching Theo, all while doting on Selena's kids. He was done being their doormat. The response was overwhelming. Friends messaged their support, sharing stories of similar family betrayals. Neighbors commented, noting Clara's lively errands on days she'd claimed to be bedridden. Selena's image as the struggling mom unraveled as people questioned her lavish weekend trips. Days later, Clara and Roland appeared at Elias's doorstep, looking worn. Clara's eyes were red, her voice trembling as she begged to talk. "We're your parents, Elias. How could you cut us off like this? We can't pay the electric bill." Elias stood firm in the doorway, blocking their entry. "You've got options," he said. "Roland can work. Selena can pitch in. Or you can keep pretending you're helpless and see where that lands you." Clara's face hardened. "After all we've done for you, you'd let us lose everything?" Elias met her gaze. "What have you done for me, Mom? Name one thing in the last 10 years that wasn't about what I could do for you." Silence. Roland looked away, and Clara had no answer. Elias closed the door, feeling a weight lift. For the first time, he was free. No more guilt, no more manipulation. He and Nora took Theo to the beach, laughing as he chased seagulls. They started saving for a house, something they delayed because of Elias's family burdens. At work, Elias thrived, no longer distracted by endless emergencies. Whispers reached him through co-workers. Clara and Roland were struggling, facing eviction. Selena had asked for loans, but people were catching on. A flicker of guilt stirred, but Nora's words grounded him. "You gave them years of chances. They chose this." Months later, a Christmas card arrived. Clara's handwriting on the envelope. Inside, a photo of her, Roland, and Selena's family, smiling as if nothing had changed. A note read, "We miss you." No apology, no accountability. Elias tossed it in the recycling. Then, one snowy evening, Roland appeared alone at Elias's door. He looked older, his shoulders hunched. "Your mother doesn't know I'm here," he said. "I owe you an apology, Elias. I let her favor Selena. I let her use you. I was weak, and I'm sorry." The raw honesty caught Elias off guard. Roland didn't ask for forgiveness, only said he was proud of Elias for breaking free. They were moving in with Selena, Roland admitted, though she wasn't thrilled. Elias almost smiled at the irony. They spoke briefly, awkwardly, and when Roland left, Elias felt a quiet shift. Not forgiveness, but closure. Life moved forward. Theo learned to ride a bike, his laughter filling their new backyard. Elias and Nora bought a small house near the cliffs, its windows framing the sea. One day, Selena texted from a new number. "Can we talk?" Curiosity won, and they met at a seaside cafe. Selena looked tired, less polished. She apologized, admitting she'd let Clara coddle her while Elias carried the family's weight. Living with their parents had opened her eyes. They were demanding, ungrateful, I get it now, she said. I'm sorry. Elias appreciated the words, but kept his guard up. It's a start, he said. They talked about their kids, cautious but civil, a tentative step toward something new. As Elias walked back to his truck, the ocean breeze sharp against his face, he felt lighter. He wasn't the family's fixer anymore, just Elias, father, partner, a man finally free to live for himself. That night, tucking Theo into bed, his son asked, "Dad, are you happy?" Elias smiled, brushing back Theo's hair. "Yeah, buddy, I really am." This reimagined story shifts the setting to a coastal town, changes all character names, and rephrases the narrative while keeping the emotional core. A man discovering his family's manipulation, breaking free, and finding peace. If you'd like specific adjustments or have a transcript with different details, let me know.